Hello, it's Dakota. You know, you're wondering, right? This is from Mark Henry. I just wanted to send out a little message, a little shout out, a little holla to my buddy Mark, whom I love and adore. This is what I have to say to you, darling. I don't care how many awards you win. I will always be the biggest, baddest, tiara-wearing bitch in the land. Okay? Just saying. You know, I love Mark Henry. It's just a private joke. Okay, so last time we met, I was jumping into chapter 4. This time, I'm going to try really hard not to say and I think I said it like 222 bazillion times last broadcast here, or whatever the hell we're calling this. And it was, you know, not going to get me on, like, nightly news anytime soon. Same old, dirty smoker. Coffee. Oh, Post-its. People, if you only knew how many of those I go through to keep track of where my characters are, what they've done, what color their eyes are, all sorts of crazy stuff. I write down things that I want to remember to add in if I think I've forgotten something. So, anywho, it's the senior version of the WWE. They're up there beating each other down right now. I don't know if I explained this last time. My parents, of course, if you read my blog, you know my parents are partially deaf, and they have this. I said again. I should be zapped every time I say it. They have this. They have these headsets that they wear to watch TV, because otherwise I'm down in my office and their room is just above me, and I hear like the Law and Order intro, dump dump, really loud. So they bought these headsets so that they can watch TV, but instead of taking them off to talk to one another, they yell at each other with the headsets on while the TV is still playing in their ears. I was not joking when I said we should take sign language as a family venture, because boy, that would be some loud sign. They'd be in there, and you know, it would be ugly. But anyway, my father just yelled Eleanor, which is my mother's name. They're always their communication skills are that of 5-year-olds. I told them the other night at dinner, just throw food at each other. It'll make you feel so much better. It'll make me feel better if you just threw food at each other. So this is what working at home is like, and I gotta tell you, it is not easy. Sometimes there's a lot of distraction. That's why I write at night, because for the most part the beasts sleep in their cages at night, and I can get something done. So I stopped writing during the day and started writing at night, which has worked out. My productivity has gone up since I started doing that about 4 years ago. And that's something I want to address too. The whole writer thing. I write full-time. 8 hours a day, mostly. Sometimes probably more like 12 once you add in all the tweaking and messing around that I do with everything the next morning after I've written it and let it sit for a little while. I spend, you know, a great deal of time devoted to any one book. It takes me about 3 minutes, yeah, because I'm that good. Don't forget it either. It takes me about 3 months to write a full-length novel, and usually I like to have a couple of weeks to let it just sit. I send it off to my test readers, who I love. Terry, Aaron, Kaz, Amy, Quill. You guys rock. The Casbah, my friends. Oh, and Vicky Birkland, who does all of my proofing and checks for, you know, all my comma splices, which I'm infamous for. So, I wanted to mention a little bit about that, and I don't know if there's anybody out there who's come to my blog and is wanting to write or whatever. I just have to say, I am not a rule follower. And you know what made me think of this was Stacia King the other day on Twitter was talking about, you know, do you analyze what you do, or do you just do it? And I just do it, and that's the way I always did it. I didn't know about dialogue tags and character arcs and POV and deep POV and all. Deep POV sounds like a massage or something, don't you think? But I learned, and there were things that I inherently did that I didn't know I was good at, and there were things that I did that I sucked at. And I'm sure some people still think I do, and again, I'm okay with that. So, if you're just starting out writing and you are, you know, all inhibited by all of these crazy rules and things you should do, and sometimes I see some of the tweets, and God love them, from other writers. I mean, some people live by those rules, and there are others like me who just go, I don't know. I hate talking about the craft itself and the inner workings of it, the mechanics of it, because I don't really understand them, which is probably evident in my writing. I don't know. So, anyway, for anybody who's, don't be intimidated. Just write something, anything, and I did. And look, I mean, come on. If I can do it, a kindergartner can do it, honest to God. So, anyhow, last time we spoke, I looked better, you have to admit. I have my hair in a ponytail tonight because I can't think with all this hair, and I probably couldn't think without hair, but here we are. I put it up because it's hot here. It's been 107 degrees, ugly, disgusting heat. So last time we spoke, I was starting chapter 4, which I finished. I'd like to be a little further ahead. I'm not, okay? So, sue me. I need somebody here to stop that and hold up a sign or something and tell me to knock it off. So, chapter 4. When I decided to write this proposal, and my agent and I talked about it, she said, what I think would be really kind of funny is if in the beginning of each chapter you had Maxine, my heroine, address the ex-trophy wives of the world. And there's a reason for that, and I can't tell you why, because then you wouldn't buy the book. Well, you might not buy the book anyway, but I'm not going to tell you why. I thought what I would do tonight is just read you the beginning of chapter 1, the little note that Maxine sends out to all ex-trophy wives. Now, if you'll recall, Maxine is a jacked up ex-trophy wife. She got no money. She's living in a senior citizen village with her mother and her son. Her ex-husband is already engaged. Well, they're not divorced yet, so he's kind of already got a new girlfriend, and he's asked her to marry him. And she's having a really hard time adjusting. So, anyway, let me just read this to you, and you can give me your reactions. Wait, I have to find it. Okay. Note from Maxine Henderson to all ex-trophy wives on how not to get a job after never having been in the workplace to begin with. Sometimes less really is more. While you, the unemployed, may find it therapeutic or even foolishly believe spilling your guts by rambling your woes to your potential employer will create sympathy and help you nab that much-needed job, newsflash, sister, in your quest for gainful employment, shut up. A lot. Isn't that kind of funny? Don't you think? No? I don't know. Anyway, in each chapter, I've done something like that. And now I'm at the part of the book where I really am digging deeper into the characters and their quirks and their nuances and all sorts of things, and trying to make the connection between Maxine and her hero, Campbell Barker, who went to school, high school, with Maxine and knew her when she was once a much different person, not so beaten down. She was a beauty queen, a cheerleader. Stop, you say, Dakota. Oh my God. It's like your mirror image. Except for Rob. We didn't go to school together. He grew up somewhere else. But anyway, right what you know, right? Or not. So she really, really finds Campbell attractive. But she's had a really, really bad time of it. And I'm trying to depict all of those emotions. And usually 20,000 words is when I start to flounder. Between 20 to 40,000 words. And that's because I'm trying to figure them out and figure out their motivations and, have that sort of tentative chemistry between them where one is, usually typically pretty hot for the other, but the other is like, oh no, I'm scarred, I have baggage. And again, like I said, this is about, getting over your baggage and sucking it up and getting past it and not letting it ruin the rest of your life, which is the message I so totally want to send, because if you allow all of the crap that went down prior to you getting a handle on yourself, you're just always going to be, effed up. And, it's no way to live your life. You have to let go. You have to move on and do whatever you got to do. Watch Dr. Phil, therapy, whatever. But that's the message that I truly, truly want to send. So I'm at that point in the book where I'm like, so the next time you see me, more than likely, I will probably have lost a patch of hair or two, because again, this is the toughest part of the book. I'm at 25,000 words, and I'm struggling a little, so the next time I see you, God willing, I'll be like in chapter 6 or something, which is fascinating and riveting, don't you think? And, anyway, I'm gonna go do that writing thing, and I'll see you, I'll see you next time. I hope. Come back. Or don't. I mean, I would understand if you didn't believe me. Look at me. I would understand.